Alrighty. Hello and welcome back to day 8, you guys. Day 8. Today is so exciting because just let me welcome you first. Welcome to Unshakably Her, the Daily Key Challenge. 31 days, 31 keys, 31 doors. I'm standing up today because today's key is near and dear to my heart. Listen, confidence is not magic. You're not born with it. Every day it's a decision. This key is the one that will open doors that you didn't even know that you wanted to walk into. It does something to just your being, your aura. It's not a feeling. When you use this key, you stand much taller. But when you don't, you shrink around everything that limits you, everything that makes you fearful. Ah, you let fear lead your life. And the key today is the confidence key. Listen, let me tell you right now, today's video will be a little bit longer because I'm going to share a story that's really the crutch of how my confidence journey began. And so this story, I could pinpoint exactly when I began to become confident in who I am, whose I am, what I do, and why. So for years, I wore the mask of perfection. I wore the mask of achievement. I hid behind makeup because I learned early on in my journey that, wow, I can learn how to do makeup. I can cover up all my doubt. I can cover up all my shame. I can cover up all my fear with makeup. And I got really good at makeup. Somebody, listen, if you know, let me know. You know that when you want to hide something, you get good at it, you study it, it becomes your skill. And makeup for me became a career, it became a hobby, it became everything to me. And so I could wear makeup so good, I can apply it so good that I began my YouTube channel teaching other people how to do makeup. I used to be an influencer going on brand trips and going to all these events because I could do makeup, getting products because I can do makeup. But nobody knew why I got into makeup. Now, let me just say this. I'm not telling you that makeup is wrong and makeup is, it's band makeup because I still love it. I do my brows. They're not done today, but I still do them. Like I still wear a face if I want to. It's why we wear the makeup, right? Mine was to cover up who I was. So let's get back to the story. I wore makeup. So I was this job I was working at, and I was there for almost 8 years. And out of that almost 8 years, out of that maybe 6, I wore makeup every single day. Let that sit in. Am I not recording? Oh my God, I'm not recording. Now let that sink in. For 5 to 6 years, I wore makeup 5 days a week to this job. Now, because of how I looked and how I carried myself, right? Remember, I wore the mask of being strong. I wore the mask of wearing makeup. I wore the mask of achievement. I had people who didn't like me, right? I gave them an aura of, you can't sit with me, like giving that resting itch face. You know what I'm talking about. So I had a group of people who didn't like me, specifically women who didn't like me. They would talk about me. It was just a group. It was men too. So when I began my healing journey, I knew, and I don't know how I know, but I knew. I know it's contradictory, but I believe God had to do it for me because I don't even know how I thought of this, but I knew I had to walk in there with no makeup on one day. Because if I was going to believe that I can do all things, if I was going to believe that I am worthy, that I am somebody, that I am beautiful, that I am capable, then I had to embody that. And I remember when I decided that I was going to go to work with no makeup. Listen, my heart, my stomach was in knots. Do you hear me? My stomach was in knots. And I remember that day I woke up, and normally, I would go in the bathroom and get ready, get my outfit ready. But that day I woke up with knots in my stomach because I knew it was coming. I had no idea the outcome, but I knew it was going to be uncomfortable for me because people knew me as perfect, right? Almost perfect, as a high achiever, as the one who looked the part, right? I looked like I had it together. And then coming in being what? What just me? Just me without the mask. And so I remember that day I arrived to work and I got out the car, parked, and I approached these big double doors because it was a federal building. And I grabbed those doors and my heart began to beat faster and faster and faster. I made sure that when I opened the door, nobody was in the like a foyer area in their way, so I wouldn't have to look at them. And so I go in, and then there's a little walkway. I open the second set of doors, and I keep my head down as I'm opening them because right down from where doors are opening from is the security officers at the desk who were part of the group who didn't like me, who would gossip about me. And so I walked in with the door with my head down. I found the closest elevator. I didn't even look up. That's how uncomfortable I was. I get to the first elevator, and thank God nobody was on there. Thank God. I'm on the elevator going from the first floor to the 10th floor, and my heart is pounding thinking about who will be at the door when the elevator opens, right? Who will be there waiting to come down? Who will be there walking past talking? Who will be there? I get off the elevator and there's people walking, but I keep my head down like I'm walking. I'm walking with my head down. I find my cubicle immediately and I stayed there all day. I normally go out for lunch, right? Because you're downtown Chicago and I didn't bring food. I stayed in my cubicle. I didn't want anyone seeing me without no makeup. That day I felt ugly. I felt naked. I felt vulnerable. Because why would I do that to myself? Why would I put that kind of pressure on me? Why? Because if I want to be confident, I have to confide. I have to be competent. Competent knowing that if I say that I believe in myself and that I am worthy, do I live it? Is it shown in my actions? And so for you, if you want to open the door using the key of confidence, do you know what you want? Do you know what it is you need to do? What does it look like for you? Are you willing to take the risk of being uncomfortable, of being unsettled, of being made fun of being talked about? See, the first day I did that, it was hard as heck. But I did it again. Then I did it again. And then I'll let me forget too. At this point, I was wearing wigs and wearing braids, but then I began to wear my natural hair. And as I began to do it more and more and more and more, it became easy because I believed it. I'm here with you right now without any makeup on. No makeup on. Because I know who I am. I know what I bring to the world. I know it's not about the external mask that we try to cover ourselves up with. It's about who we are beneath it all. Who do we believe we really are? And so for you, whatever mask that you're wearing, if it does not contribute to who you say you desire to be, and you want to become unshakably her, you must remove the mask. That mask may not be achievement for you. It may not be makeup. It may not be strength. But maybe it's people pleasing. Maybe it's lack of follow through. Maybe it's relationships. I don't know what that mask is for you. But that mask does not embody confidence. Confidence is from the inside out, not from the outside in. See, I thought that I could wear makeup, that I can achieve my way to confidence, but that's not how it works. You know, people who achieve so much and still feel empty? Yeah, that's the wrong way to do it. We have to start from the inside out. I'm sure one more example really quickly because I know I'm over time, but listen, butterflies. One of my most favorite examples is butterflies. We love to see them in their beautiful patterns, in their spots, in their colors, when they flying past us and landing on trees and bushes. But do we think about their journey to becoming a butterfly? There is basically a four-step process. They are caterpillars, and they fatten themselves up. They hang upside down. And then the third stage, they form a chrysalis, a hard shell around them. And in that chrysalis, they become the butterfly. Not when they come out. In the chrysalis, where you can't see what's happening behind the shell, when you can't know what's happening, you can't hear, the butterfly is becoming the butterfly inside the chrysalis. Once it emerges, it's already the butterfly. I hope this is landing for you. Are you understanding what I'm saying right now? You as the butterfly, me as the butterfly, we have to have the confidence inside first, in the chrysalis first, before we emerge in the world as the butterflies, as becoming unshakably her, that woman. So confidence is competence, knowing who you are, knowing what you want, and embodying that every day. Okay? Because confidence is a choice, it's not magic. Okay? You pick it every day. Some days harder than others, but you pick it every day. And that's how you grow the confidence. So I know I went over time, but listen here. Today's challenge for you is to walk in a room today with confidence. Just stand tall in confidence. I don't care if you're in a store. I don't care if you're in the library. Just walk with your head held a little bit higher today and embody that confidence, okay? And then in the community, I want you to answer under day 8's confidence key. Where did you choose confidence today? Did you choose it in speaking up louder? Did you choose it in saying no when you really want to say no? Did you choose it in showing up online for your business, for your partner, for your friends, for your family, like you said you would? What did you choose for confidence today? Listen, today has been, I want to go so much deeper in this, but this is a very limited time. But tomorrow, we unlock. Are you ready? We unlock the key of courage. The key of courage. You don't want to miss this. Lock in tomorrow. Courage, confidence, oh my God, belief. They all need it in a recipe, okay? Imagine baking a cake and you have flour, but you don't have eggs. Or you have flour, but you don't have oil. You have flour, but you don't have milk. Courage is tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in for day 8. And before you leave today, remember this. Life is a hallway filled with doors. And with the right keys, you can open the doors that you want and close those that you do not. This is Unshakably Her, the Daily Key Challenge. 31 keys, 31 days, 31 doors. I will see you tomorrow for day 9, the key of courage. Thank you so much.